my YouTube channel. So today guys, I wanted to talk about dreams and whether God speaks to us through dreams. And if you believe he speaks to us through dreams, then does he still speak to us through dreams today? Well, I wanted to tell you that yes, he does, because I am an example of that, and so are many of the people that I do know. And he still speaks to us through dreams today. And I wanted to refer to a scripture actually that is in Acts 2, I believe, verse 17, where it says, in the last days, God says, I will pour out my spirit on all people. Your sons and daughters will prophesy. Your young men will see visions, and your old men will dream dreams. Like, wow, guys. And in Joel 2 verse 28, it also states, and afterwards I will pour out my spirit on all people. Your sons and daughters will prophesy. Your old men will dream dreams, and your young men will see visions. Even on my servants, both men and women, I will pour out my spirit in those days. And also in Job chapter 33 verse 14, it states, for God speaks now in one way and now another, though no one perceives it, in a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falls on people as they slumber in their beds. And it goes on and on and on. So guys, so basically, yes, God does give us dreams. And if we look at the Bible, there are many people in the Bible that God actually gives dreams to. Both people who are saved and both people who are not saved. So let's take a look at some of the people in the Bible who God has spoken to. So you've got Genesis 15, where God came to Abram in a vision of the night. And then you've got Genesis 20, where God came to Abimelech in a dream, warning him that Sarah was Abraham's wife. Then you've got Genesis 28, where Jacob had a dream of a ladder reaching into heaven. And then you've got Genesis 37, which I love this one, where Joseph had a dream that God had sent him, where his brothers was bowing down to him or something, but Joseph didn't quite understand the interpretation of it, and his brothers hated him at the time because they were like, kind of, who the hell do you think you are? But we're gonna get to that in a bit, about that one. Then you've got in Genesis 40, Joseph interpreted dreams for Pharaoh's cupbearer and baker. Then you've got the whole book of Daniel, which shows us multiple dreams and visions that Daniel had. Then you got Genesis 41, where Pharaoh had a dream that Joseph interpreted. Then you got in 1 Kings 3, where Solomon had a dream and God said to him, you know, ask me what you wish for me to give you. And Solomon said, God, give me wisdom, and God gave him wisdom. So guys, this just shows us how much he speaks to us through dreams. Dreams are amazing, and let me tell you, dreams are a gift from God. Now, not everyone gets dreams as much as other people. Why? Because God doesn't only speak in dreams. God speaks in many different ways. And as it said in Job, like, God speaks in one way and another. Like, God speaks in so many different ways. He speaks through his word. He speaks through the Holy Spirit. He speaks through you know, dreams, visions, through people, through so many different things that people that God may speak to us through, that he knows best that we will understand. So God knows that I understand best through dreams. So God speaks a lot to me personally through dreams. And there has been many dreams that I have that really do rattle my brain, and I'm like, God, what are you saying? There's been dreams where I've had, and I'm like, God, I could even question whether it's from God, like, and sometimes, like I said, dreams don't always come from God as well. Like, obviously, also you can get dreams from the enemy as well. We sometimes think that nightmares that we get, we automatically might see, well, I automatically used to assume that came from the devil, but sometimes it might actually be God warning you or shaking you up or showing you something in the night. I don't know, to wake you up or about something, or I don't know, bring something to your attention. So basically, in a nutshell, God speaks through dreams, and dreams are an amazing gift. And also, God is speaking to children through dreams. Let me tell you, my son has started getting dreams recently, rapture dreams. He went to heaven in his last dream the other day. I was like, whoa, what? I haven't even been to heaven. And the way God is speaking to children these days is so amazing. Like, guys, come on, like, wake up. God is really, really speaking to his people. And in my family, God seems to be speaking to us through dreams, because me, my sister, and my older brother, and now my son, and I'm pretty sure my brother told me my nieces also get a lot of dreams as well. And it's just, we've clearly got the gift of dreams, and it's so beautiful and amazing. So guys, I wanted to share with you 5 things as well that I wish I started years ago regarding dreams. So the first one is writing your dreams down. Even if that means getting up in the middle of the night because you've just had a dream and writing it down. Now that's something that I've failed on quite a bit, and if there's something that God's trying to show me, speak to me about, and I haven't written it down, and then later down the line, like, things happen, or something that I was supposed to be aware about, or something God wanted me to pray about, or I might have another dream where the one I had a while ago links to it, but because I didn't write it down, I can't piece together what God is trying to say. Like, there has been dreams, I kid you not, what I've had, and I remember like little bits of it where they've come true, like later down the line, and because I didn't write that dream down, I don't remember like the specifics of it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I could have avoided that, or I could have prayed over that, or, you know, something, I don't know, something else. There's many reasons to that, but basically write your dreams down, and that's something I'm trying to get used to doing a lot more. I don't write down every single dream, but I'm trying to write down a lot more, basically. Okay, so number 2, taking the dream to God. Now, I had a habit of like going to someone about my dream, or you know, going to Google straight away, or you know, using my own wisdom to try to understand what it means, and if I can't figure it out, then I'll just kind of forget it and leave it to the side. That is something that I used to do, which was really bad, like not taking it to God first, sorry. So that's something I'm trying to do more now, is taking it to God first, praying about it first, lifting it into God's hands and saying, God, I lift this dream up to you, and if this is from you, please give me the revelation. What is it that you want me to know and understand through this dream? I'm not saying I don't still use Google. I do still use Google on Christian websites. Sometimes I'll look for symbols, Hebrew websites as well. I'll just, yeah, so basically I do use Google sometimes. But yeah, so that's number 2. Okay, so number 3, keeping the dream between me and God. I wish I'd done this and not made the mistake of sharing my dreams too quickly with people, because that is something I got into a habit of doing, and sometimes it can lead me to, you know, I can get confused about something that God's trying to speak to me about, and say if I got a dream and then I got the revelation of it, or I got bits of it, and then I quickly went to someone about it, and I'm like, oh, like for confirmation, or to see, you know, especially if they're like an elder in the church, or someone who has more experience than you, you just assume that they would know. But that's another thing. Not everyone understands the gifts of dreams if they don't have the gift of dreams. And that's something I've recently learned as well. But yeah, so look at, as we've mentioned, Joseph, who in Genesis 37, I believe it was, when he told his dream to his brothers. So he had that dream about his brothers bowing down to him. I hope you guys know the story. And because he didn't quite understand the specifics of the dream or what it meant, he was quick to tell his brothers, and his brothers hated him for it. Basically, cut long story short, they ended up selling him into slavery. They wanted him dead, and they just like hated him so much. They sold him into Egypt, yeah, into slavery. And anyway, it was all a win because it was part of God's plan, because Joseph, yeah, he ended up getting lifted up in Egypt, and he became a favourite in Egypt, and yeah, so it was just amazing. But it's just the fact of like, I'm pretty sure it delayed, did it delay things because Joseph was quick to tell the dream? Or, I'm not even sure, don't quote me on that, go and check the story in the Bible. But I know that that is something that I need to hold off from doing, and that a lot of people, I'd recommend like not going to people about your dreams first, keeping it between you and God. Not saying that all your dreams should be kept between you and God. First of all, go to God first about it. but God might want certain dreams just kept a secret between you and him. And I actually had a dream, funny enough, where God had actually said to me in the dream, well, God, it was for another person, and basically, you know, so what happened in the dream? In the dream, I was telling someone that, yeah, I've had dreams of this, etc, etc, this has happened before, and I know God, like, this is God. And they were like, are you sure it's God? Are you sure God said that? Same thing that the enemy said to Eve in the Garden of Eden. Are you sure it was God? Are you sure? And it starts to rattle your brain and makes you think, oh wait, maybe I'm not sure. And in my dream, I was like, yeah, it's definitely God, definitely God. And then I was like, wait, maybe it wasn't God. And it really confused me. So when I woke up that morning, I felt strongly, first of all, this heavy burden to pray for what had happened in my dream, etc, and like what God will speak to me about. But yeah, so also just to be careful, what God was showing me, to be careful of who I'm sharing my dreams with, because they can confuse me. They will have an influence over me and confuse me. And a dream that God has sent me, you know, someone else could bring their own opinion on that and change your perspective on it, or, you know, the way you've seen that dream, or, you know, kind of just might shut everything out that God was actually trying to tell you. So just be careful with sharing your dreams with people. That's something I'm trying to be more careful with now, and just like honoring God, and just like keeping them between you and God. Like, and if there's something that God doesn't mind you sharing, then that's okay. But yeah, so number 4, being patient with God. So that's another thing that I struggled with so much. Like I was saying about, if I hadn't understood the dream, because I was trying to use my own wisdom, if I hadn't understood the dream, I'd just kind of forget about it, whatever, and just not even take it that seriously. So it's being patient with God as well. Even when you do pray about it, it's like, okay, I'm lifting this up into your hands, God, but not expecting an answer like there and then, like, you know, I need an answer from God now about this dream. It's being patient with God, and you know, you'll get that moment where everything will just piece together and you're like, oh, that's what it meant. And sometimes God might not want you to know about it for years to come, or months to come, or days and weeks. Like, there's a reason why God hasn't given us the answer. And also something I've learned from my brother, actually, he's also a big dreamer, and he was saying that, you know, God actually wants you to enjoy the process. Sometimes the learning or the revelation comes through the process and not just from the answer itself. Okay, so number 5 is valuing your dreams from God. That is something that I didn't really do before. I didn't value them. So it literally ties in with all the other points that I made about, you know, writing them down, taking them to God first, doing these things. These are all part of valuing your dreams. The more you value them, the more you honor them, the more likely that God is going to show you more, the more that he's going to trust you with more. If we don't honor and value our gifts, then God's going to, like, not even bother, you know, giving us a dream about this, or, you know, doing this or doing that, or, you know, maybe it's something he wants you to show you about the future, or something about a friend or a family member that he might want you to pray over, or something like that. And if we don't value that, then, and value the dreams that God has given us, then he's not going to bother, like, giving us those dreams, because, you know, he's just gonna be like, whoa, I obviously can't trust you, you don't honor the gift that I've given you. Like, dreams is such a gift, like, it's an amazing gift. And I'm telling you guys, the more I have been honoring my dreams, the more I've been having, and I'm literally, my mind has been blown, like, so much. But anyway guys, let me not go on and on and on. And I just wanted to share with you, the whole point of this video is that God does speak through dreams. God is amazing. He's speaking to us in many different ways, and dreams is one of them. Like, the Bible is the proof of that. His word is the proof of the fact that he speaks to us a lot through dreams. So anyway guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you've learned a lot. Please do comment down below if you have any questions, or if you want me to cover anything, or if there's something you've not understood from what I've spoken about, because I know I feel like I've rushed through this video, but at the same time it has been quite lengthy. I just feel like there's so much to say, but I'm just trying to get through it quickly. But yeah, so just comment down below, or DM me on my social media. All my socials are listed down below. But yeah, thanks for watching. Make sure to like, make sure to comment, and make sure to subscribe.